Layla was a curious girl with a big heart and an even bigger imagination. One sunny morning, she found herself wandering by the edge of a sparkling lake near her home. As she skipped stones across the water, a peculiar quacking caught her attention. She turned to see a duck with bright green feathers and a tiny, golden crown perched on its head. "Hello there," Layla said with a laugh. The duck quacked in response and flapped its wings as if beckoning her to follow. Intrigued, Layla followed the duck through the tall reeds. The duck waddled confidently, and every now and then, it looked back to make sure Layla was close behind. The duck led her to a hidden path that wound through the forest. The trees were tall and ancient, their branches forming a green canopy overhead. Layla's eyes widened with excitement as she realized she was about to embark on an adventure. As they walked, the duck quacked rhythmically, and Layla noticed that the path seemed to glow faintly in the sunlight. "Where are we going?" she asked the duck. But the only answer she received was another cheerful quack. They reached a large, gnarled tree with a door carved into its trunk. The duck tapped the door with its beak. The door creaked open, revealing a spiral staircase leading down into the earth. With a deep breath, Layla and the duck descended the staircase. The walls were lined with glowing crystals that bathed the stairs in a soft, magical light. Layla's heart raced with anticipation. At the bottom, they emerged into a vast underground cavern. The cavern was filled with shimmering lakes and sparkling stalactites. The air was cool and filled with the sound of dripping water. The duck led Layla to a beautiful, crystal-clear lake in the center of the cavern. On the far side of the lake, Layla could see a small island. On the island, there was a chest resting on it. "To get to the island," quacked the duck, "you'll need to solve a riddle." The duck then recited, "I have cities, but no houses. I have mountains, but no trees. I have water, but no fish. What am I?" Layla thought for a moment and then exclaimed, "A map." The duck nodded approvingly, and a bridge of light appeared, stretching across the lake to the island. With a giggle, Layla and the duck crossed the glowing bridge and reached the chest. The chest was intricately decorated with gemstones, and had a keyhole shaped like a duck's footprint. The duck pulled a tiny golden key from under its wing and handed it to Layla. She inserted the key into the lock and turned it. The chest opened with a satisfying click. Inside the chest was a magical scroll. When Layla unrolled it, the scroll revealed a map of a hidden land filled with fantastical creatures and hidden treasures. The duck pointed to a spot on the map and quacked excitedly. "This is where we need to go next," Layla said with enthusiasm. The map seemed to come to life, showing a path through a mystical forest. They followed the map through the enchanted forest, where the trees whispered secrets and the flowers glowed with a soft, otherworldly light. Suddenly, they encountered a mischievous sprite who challenged them to a game of riddles. If they won, the sprite would grant them passage through a magical gate. Layla and the duck answered the sprite's riddles with cleverness and teamwork. The sprite clapped in delight and opened the magical gate, revealing a sparkling meadow beyond. In the meadow, they discovered a magnificent castle made entirely of crystal. The castle sparkled in the sunlight, and its walls shimmered with every color of the rainbow. They entered the castle and were greeted by a wise old owl who lived there. The owl thanked them for retrieving the magical scroll and said it would grant them one wish. Layla thought carefully and wished for the ability to visit any magical place she could imagine. The owl nodded and granted her wish with a sprinkle of stardust. With their wish fulfilled, Layla and the duck explored the castle's many rooms, each filled with wondrous sights and enchanting treasures. As the sun began to set, the owl guided them back to the magical gate.